Hello there again. Just thought I'd pop up on this one as after my review and make more of a case for something that I think should happen next. So obviously Daniel Dubois lost last night to Usyk, and everyone's going to be wondering the first question. We all know what the question is: what next? What next? What next? Um, I'm going to make this case, and I know some people might think I'm absolutely deluded. Some people might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to make it because I can. If I'm in Anthony Joshua's inner circle today and I'm around him, I'm asking him one question. You should be kicking yourself that you didn't beat Dubois and all that, because for me he should have beaten Dubois. We saw last night that Dubois has his limitations, and and Anthony Joshua did not exploit that. He let Dubois bully him and to control the fight. I know I've watched Anthony Joshua long enough, and I was there that night, and I was just shocked at what I was watching because he was that bad. And I just think I'm gonna make this case. I'm gonna make the case that Anthony Joshua, instead of fighting he who shall not be named, because I will not give him a name because he doesn't deserve it, so we should stop naming him. A certain YouTuber who he's been linked to fighting. The first thing Eddie Hearn should be advising Anthony Joshua to do today is get back in there with Daniel Dubois before the end of the year. Last night proved Dubois is not invincible. He's not. And Anthony Joshua, if he has any pride and integrity of his own career and not how much money he's making, because he's made enough money in his whole life, I don't think he needs the money fighting he who shall not be named. Get back in there and fight Daniel Dubois again, because I know I might sound crazy because he got knocked out in a big way. Anthony Joshua, even half good, I think, beats Daniel Dubois. Because we saw last night how limited and basic Daniel Dubois is. He just hits really hard. If Anthony Joshua could just stick a jab in front of Daniel Dubois and just get his movement right and just use this a little bit of use a bit of this, instead of trying to bravado and stand and trade with him, he would have worn Daniel Dubois down and then eventually finished him. I said to a guy next to me that I thought Joshua would stick a jab on him, stick and move, selective punching, and then up the pace in the latter rounds. But he didn't, because he got caught, and he was... I can't even go into how bad that was. I've only watched the fight back once, and I couldn't believe what I was watching, how bad Anthony Joshua was. But I'm making this case now, because I still think Anthony Joshua has something to offer in boxing and all that, and in that division. And yes, he's been taking his time recuperating. He's had some surgery on small niggles, which, okay, fine. That's fine. But the only person he should be thinking about today is Daniel Dubois. Look at that. Look at the way Daniel Dubois last night and think, I could do that to him. I could old man him. I can beat him down and wear him down and finish him. Now, Anthony Joshua has nowhere near level the skill set of Alexander Usyk. I will say that. But what I will say is he's got more experience. And I think we've seen he can dig himself out when the going gets tough. Povetkin, Klitschko. He had to keep Andy Ruiz at distance and all that. He has the IQ to do it when he needs to. You only have to fight Daniel Dubois. You got to stick a jab on him, frustrate him, wear him down, and then finish him. He's a bull. He is a bull. Don't fight a bull, and if you're gonna fight a bull, don't play to their strengths. Be the matador. Be the matador. And I just think with all this rumor of Joshua fighting he who shall not be named, it would just... I'd be a hypocrite and I'd just watch it to hope Joshua did the right thing and knocked the dude out in 50 seconds, like a WWE match that lasts 50 seconds and all that, when it's a real good guy against a guy who's lame and all that. But it would still be not an easy pill to swallow, because why do it? Canelo grew some sense and didn't do it. Don't reward that guy. Tell Eddie Hearn to not even entertain more discussions with his people. Call Frank Warren, get Eddie Hearn to call Frank Warren this week and say, get me back in there with Dubois. I know I can beat him. And he knows he can beat him. I feel like I know Anthony Joshua knows he can beat Dubois. Yeah, you have a point to prove. People will think that Dubois will destroy you. That should be the only thing on his mind today. I make this because I even titled it A Plea for Sanity. Because money sometimes rules sanity. Yeah, I get it. It's a money-making industry. He might get less for fighting Dubois again, but he gets more respect and praise for beating Dubois and doing what he should have done a year ago. Because sometimes it shouldn't matter what your peers will think. What those around you will say. If you go and fight he who shall not be named, it'll be like, really? You're the one doing it? You're doing it? You're going in there with him? Like, really? Really? Come on, man. Do you really need the money? Fighting Dubois again. People will go, whoa, and Joshua's gone back in there with the guy who knocked him out in 5 rounds. Good man, he's got some balls and all that. That would immediately be, and then people would be intrigued to think, could he win? Could he overcome it? Could he overcome what happened a year ago? All the build-up would be about the demons. Has he recovered? Is he the same man as he once was? And then the whole thing would be, now it would be about Dubois' demons. Can he recover? Can he still fight and be the same guy? It's all fascinating. It would be fascinating. It would be a build-up. And I just think that that's the first thing Anthony Joshua should be doing. If you're in his inner circle, or you know him, or you know someone who knows him, maybe send this to him and just say, here's a sane person asking, why would you even entertain fighting he who shall not be named? Because I can normally rationalize a lot of things. 99% of the time I could rationalize Ngannou. I can't rationalize this. I cannot rationalize this. And I think there's a better fight out there for him now. The Dubois rematch. Got a point to prove. He always rematches people who beat him. Go and rematch Dubois. And everyone will praise you for it. And if you beat Dubois and knock him out and do what Lennox Lewis did to Hasim Ratman, then suddenly you go back up here. And you might be in line for a title shot again. And then the big gypsy might take notice. Just a thought. A plea for sanity, because sometimes people need to speak out. Go back in there with Dubois. Knock him out. Prove to the world what you should have done a year ago. And then everyone will respect you again. And then even the big gypsy will perhaps take notice of you. I'm saying this because I'm a fan. And I don't want to see people I like making decisions that I can't understand. And again, less money but more rewards for beating Daniel Dubois and doing what should have happened a year ago. Peace.